To try to sum up Simon's life would be impossible. But if I could use a few words, I think those words would be perseverance, loyalty, and family. Simon, congratulations. Come on up.
You got it, kid. You know, that's my favorite expression. If you didn't fight in World War II, you're a kid. Number one, before we go further, I really want to thank everybody that came. But in addition to that, I must point out, I have the greatest combination of people on the team that we call Crest Furniture, which has the Value City as well as the Ashley Division. We work hard at what we do. We try to improve every day. As Pat told you, I'm an adherent of Edward Deming, who said, continuous improvement is the only goal one must have in life at all times. And we constantly look at that. It's very important. What are we doing to do better? The other thing, we work by integrity. I tell everybody, you may not like what I'm going to say, and you may not like a decision I make, but by like token, you're going to damn well know it's truthful all the way through. I will never lie. Never. Number one is, I don't have that good a memory. But no, this is the way to run a business. People will trust you. My employees trust me. We don't have a big turnover. Why? We try to judge each person as an individual. Try to improve what they do. Go against their strengths and improve their weaknesses. I got a wonderful crew. I tell them now, you want to do something? Go do it. Don't bother me before 11 o'clock in the morning. You want me to? I'll sign a few checks. These people know that continuous improvement is the basis of everything. And I'll finish with a couple of stories. One of them relates to a war story. People want to know how one is remembered. Well, we got into combat in Holland. We were committed in Belgium. We went into Holland. We shortly got into Holland and got pinned down by a sniper, and we were all ducking behind the dike. Sure enough, the lieutenant says, Lee Schulteis, come here. He says, go up there and see if you can throw a grenade in the window. Maybe you can get the sniper and we'll get out of here. So Lee crawled up along this huge field, put his back against the wall at the house, spun around in what he was taught to do perfectly, and disappeared. Where are you, Lee? No one knew. No one knew. 5 or 10 minutes later, here comes Lee. He looked like hell. He was a mess. He comes down. He said to Lee, Lee, what happened? He says, I spun around. There was an open cesspool and I fell in it. Lee was a mess now. It's pretty cold in October in Holland, and he went swimming in a canal, but we send him back. Now, the moral of the story is this. Many years later, I met Lee. I said, Lee, how you doing? He said, Simon, I got to tell you a story. What kind of story, Lee? He says, you know, in life, people have to remember one thing. And what people only remember is the fact that I stepped in that cesspool. And it's true in life. Just be careful what you do. It might last forever. And that brings up another story. People ask me, Simon, how would you want to be remembered? Well, I'll tell you how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered like the man that's driving down this dark road one night. And sure enough, he has a flat tire. Where's the flat tire? in front of an incense side. And it's 12 o'clock at night, it's pitch black. He takes out the jack, he jacks up the car, takes the tire off, puts the lugs in the hubcap, turns around to get the spare. A truck comes barreling down the road and hits the hubcap and scatters the lugs, and he can't find them. Sure enough, there's a light on in the incense side, and the window goes up, and there's a man leaning out the window. He says, "Say, mister, you mind if I give you a suggestion?" The man said, "Listen, in a desperate situation like this, I'll take anything I get." He says, "Why don't you take one lug off each of the other wheels, put it on a spare tire, go into town, get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow, buy a new tire, and go on your merry way, buy some lugs." The guy looks up at him, he says, "Gee, that's a fantastic idea. Tell me, how come a man like you is in a place like that?" He says, "Mister, I'm crazy, not stupid." I thank you all.